The Queen can go from magisterial to chatty with people who are allowed in her close circle of friends and staffers, according to a source. The monarch has been depicted as someone with good judgment after her trust is gained, the insider adds. A source told People Royals, the Queen can go from being magisterial to chatty with those she trusts. She has good judgment once she trusts people, and once she does it is very easy. The Queen has been residing at Windsor Castle since March 2020 with a handful of staffers she has learned to trust over the years. At her Berkshire home, she is believed to be rarely alone, even following the death of her husband Prince Philip. In fact, the source claimed the Queen can count on a number of friends to keep her company. Among them, is believed to be her lady-in-waiting Lady Susan Hussey, who has known Her Majesty for 6 decades. Famously, the Queen can also rely on loyal members of her staff including her dressmaker and confidant Angela Kelly. Paul Wybrew, the Queen's footman, often appears in reports about the sovereign's most trusted staffers and is believed to sometimes sit down, at the monarch's request, to watch TV with her. People in the Queen's bubble, who have been particularly important in supporting her throughout the pandemic, cherish their position, the insider claimed. They continued, those who are in it cherish their place. They are a support for the Queen and someone that they can have a laugh with and she can talk about the issues of the day. The Queen's isolating bubble was first discussed by Master of the Household Tony Johnston Burt in June last year. The royal staffer, who served in the Navy for 40 years, found self-isolating with the Queen and Prince Philip was not too dissimilar to life at sea. In a memo to his staff, the royal aide coined the term HMS bubble to describe the staff and royals self-isolating in Berkshire. He wrote, "There are 22 royal household staff inside the bubble, and it struck me that our predicament is not dissimilar to my former life in the Royal Navy on a long overseas deployment. Indeed, the challenges that we are facing, whether self-isolating alone at home, or with our close household and families, have parallels with being at sea away from home for many months, and having to deal with a sense of dislocation, anxiety and uncertainty." The Queen can also count on the company of her close relatives, in particular of the Duke of York and the Earl and Countess of Wessex who live very close to Windsor Castle. In an interview in September, Prince Edward and Sophie recalled how they managed to keep company to the Queen and Prince Philip even during the first lockdown in 2020. The Countess told The Telegraph, "We used to see them stand on the balcony, which was about 20 feet up in the air. We'd see them waving. We'd shout at them and they'd shout. It always seemed to be windy, so we could barely hear each other." These trusted companions have also been pivotal in helping the sovereign during her grieving months in the wake of the death of Prince Philip in April. The Queen has suffered other losses over the past few months. Earlier this month, one of her closest friends, the Duchess of Grafton, died aged 101. The Duchess, otherwise known as Anne Fortune Fitzroy, had served the royal household as Mistress of the Robes since 1953.